In this episode, we talk about farmers from Punjab and Rajasthan protesting against untreated effluents being released into a stream that meets River Sutlej. We also talk about 18-year-old D Gukesh becoming the youngest ever world chess champion. But first, we talk about the methods adopted by Congress to get the centre to discuss the Adani bribery case. Hi, I am Niharika Nanda, and you are listening to Three Things, the Indian Express news show. The current winter session of Parliament has witnessed repeated adjournments as the opposition has attempted to raise concerns about several issues, including the bribery allegations involving Gautam Adani. But after the first week was disrupted, the government and the opposition reached an agreement regarding not stalling proceedings in the House. However, this has not stopped the Congress and other opposition parties from staging protests on the matter. On Monday, for instance, two Congress MPs wore masks of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani in an attempt to dramatize the issue further. To talk about the methods adopted by the Congress and how they were executed, we have the Indian Express's Asad Rehman joining us. Asad, can you begin by telling us what is the issue concerning Gautam Adani that the opposition wants a discussion on in the Parliament?
So, just before the start of the winter session of Parliament, a US court passed an order indicting Gautam Adani, who's a prominent industrialist in India. And there were some serious allegations of corruption against him. And since those allegations have come to the fore, the Congress has made its attack more aggressive against Mr. Adani. And a leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, has personally made it a point to speak about the allegations against Adani and his alleged association with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So what the opposition and the Congress is alleging is that the Prime Minister is protecting the industrialists and that they have a very close association and their relationship is quite old. And that the government is protecting Gautam Adani from criminal proceedings in the country. The Congress has also demanded a case to be lodged against the industrialist and also that he should be arrested.
Right. And what measures were taken by the Congress to get the government to discuss the case?
So inside the House, the opposition has raised this issue very prominently since the winter session started. And they are saying that a full discussion should be held on the allegations against Mr. Gautam Adani. Several Congress members have moved notices to both houses under Rule 267, which basically means adjournment of the usual business of the House for an urgent matter. Now, these notices have been moved. The Congress members have also spoken about the allegations against Mr. Adani and have demanded that a discussion be held. Now, in the first week of the winter session, which was in November, because of these allegations being leveled by the Congress and the opposition parties, the House couldn't run and the House was being adjourned. So after that, there was a discussion between the government and the opposition that the House should function, and the government told them that we'll have a debate on the constitution, which will start from Friday, and it will be in the Lok Sabha on Friday and Saturday, and then Monday and Tuesday in the Rajya Sabha. So that's what the government and the opposition reached a understanding about. What the Congress has done is, because this understanding over not discussing this issue was reached between the government and the opposition, they've started doing some sort of protest outside the House, inside the Parliament complex. So every day the Congress MPs gather at the Makar Dwar of the Parliament complex and they hold a protest against these allegations, demanding a discussion against the allegation over Gautam Adani and his association with the Prime Minister.
And Asad, post the agreement between the government and the opposition on not stalling the House proceedings, the Congress continued its protest, but it used certain creative measures for it, if I may say so. So can you tell us what these measures were?
So it started after this understanding between the government and the opposition was reached. The Congress held a meeting of its parliamentary strategy group, and it was decided that because the government is not letting them speak on this inside the House, they are going to bring this up outside and are going to hold protest. Now, leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, he told his party members to come up with innovative and new ways to highlight this issue so that it can get more eyeballs. Now, the first day there was a banner which read Modi Adani Bhai Bhai, referring to the collusion between Mr. Adani and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And then On the second day, there were also some banners. Then the Congress came up with these stickers, which were put on the jackets and the t-shirts and whatever the members were wearing. So they came up with these stickers that were stuck on the jackets. Again, the slogan was against Modi and Adani. And then another day, there were anti-pollution masks that the members wore, which said, which were also against the Prime Minister and Gautam Adani.
Right, and it was also seen that Congress MPs were wearing masks of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani as a part of their protest. So can you tell us what happened there?
The most innovative or the most different kind of protest was when they wore full masks with pictures of Prime Minister and Gautam Adani. In that moment, from what we've been told by the MPs who were present there and the Congress members of parliament who we spoke to, that it was spontaneously decided by Rahul Gandhi when he saw two members who were dressed as Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani hugging and shaking hands, sort of implying the relationship between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani. So then Rahul Gandhi decided to interview them, and in a satirical way or in a mock interview, you can say, and he asked them several questions as to how their relationship is, what is the equation between the two of them, and it was a mockery, and it caught a lot of attention of journalists present there, and the video was also widely shared on social media and the internet. So this interview then concluded. It was like, I think, a minute long, and the two members who participated, the one who participated as Gautam Adani was Manikam Tagore, who's an MP from Virudnagar, and then there was Shivaji Kalge, who's an MP from Maharashtra's Latur seat. So these two were supposedly Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani and answered Rahul Gandhi's questions about their equation, about their relationship, about why the house is not being run because of Gautam Adani and why the Prime Minister is apparently looking very tense these days and is not speaking. So all this happened inside the Parliament complex and the Congress made a show out of it.
And Asad, are these varied form of protests a common occurrence in the Parliament or is it a one-off case?
No, symbolic protests have always been part of parliamentary proceedings. If you look back, there have been times when members have come up with innovative ways to highlight the issue of price rise by coming to the house in a bullock cart. So these banners, sloganeering and these things are definitely have been part of parliamentary proceedings over the years.
Right. And has the Congress party said anything regarding the planning and the discussion that goes into coming up with these varied forms of protests?
These everyday protests happen. There's a meeting at 10:15 of the Congress Parliamentary Party, which is basically their MPs and their leadership, like the deputy leader of the Congress in the Lok Sabha, then the leadership of the Rajya Sabha. They meet in the morning and they discuss the next day's plan for how they're going to protest, what innovative way is going to be there. Like on Wednesday, the Congress members and opposition members were carrying bags which with caricatures of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani. These were black colored tote bags, the ones you can keep on your shoulder, and all of them had them in their hand. One Congress MP has been given the responsibility to bring all this material to the house. Then they discuss these, and it is Rahul Gandhi's part of this conversation, and he sometimes approves or disapproves certain ideas coming from within the party leadership regarding the innovative, different, creative ways in which they can protest on this Adani and Prime Minister Narendra Modi issue.
Right. And Asad, has the government made any comment on all these protests that have been going on?
No, the government or the BJP has not reacted to these protests so far. It's not been very prominent. Some members might have come and said that Rahul Gandhi is used to making a tamasha or something like that. But since it's not part of the House proceedings, they're not paying too much attention to what Rahul Gandhi or the Congress is doing outside. None of their ministers have spoken about it. One or two stray members have been asked by the media what they have to say about these protests, but they've said that they've hit out at Rahul Gandhi saying that he should stop doing tamasha, which is like theatrics, and that he should focus on running the house more smoothly.
Next, we talk about protests by farmers from Punjab and Rajasthan. Last week, farmers from Punjab and Rajasthan held protests against releasing untreated effluents into the Sutlej. Called Zehar Se Mukti Andolan and Kale Pani Da Morcha, the protests saw farmers from both the states raise their voice against the industries located in Punjab's Ludhiana district. They allege that these factories were responsible for releasing untreated effluents into the Buddha Nullah, a seasonal water stream that passes through the industrial city of Ludhiana before it finally drains into the Sutlej. To understand the concerns of the farmers, how this is impacting the crops, and the steps taken by the concerned authorities, we have the Indian Express's Parul Kulshreshtha joining us. Parul, to begin with, can you tell us in detail why the farmers from Punjab and Rajasthan are protesting?
So there is a problem with the farmers on both the sides of border of the Rajasthan and Punjab. That is the pollution in the Sutlej River, which is impacting the environment of all over at least around 10 districts in Rajasthan and a lot of places in Punjab as well. So there's this tributary of Sutlej River, which is called Buddha Nullah. Earlier it was called Buddha Darya, but due to the pollution over the years, it has turned into a giant dumping yard for many chemical factories, which is why the water of the Buddha Darya has turned very toxic, and now it is called as Buddha Nala. So the water that is being supplied to the farmers for farming and all is impacting the lives of the farmers, that which is claimed by them, and it has caused a lot of diseases in the areas near the border of Punjab and Rajasthan.
And you also mention a study which revealed the presence of toxins in the food chain in your story. So can you tell us about that?
So this issue of Buddha Nala and the toxic and polluted water being supplied to the farmers of Punjab and Rajasthan has been going on for more than 2 decades. So in 2008, a study was published by Punjab Agriculture University, which revealed that there are toxins and heavy metals in the food chain due to the Buddha Nala water that is used for the cultivation of vegetable and other crops. And the areas of northern Rajasthan, Ganganagar, Hanumangarh, Anupgarh, and other places where the Buddha Nala water is supplied, they are very wealthy areas of Rajasthan, especially because of the presence of adequate amount of water. The agricultural production is very high in those areas. And because of the polluted water that is being supplied, the quality of soil has gone down. Cancer and other diseases patients have gone up. So this study corroborated the fact that there is a high presence of toxins and heavy metals in the Nala water.
And Parul, can you tell us about the quality checking parameters that are used for checking river water, and what have they revealed?
So there are certain quality parameters to test the water pollution in a water body. So it contains biological oxygen demand, BOD, which is a parameter about the amount of dissolved oxygen. That is the amount of oxygen that is present in the water, which is consumed by the biological organisms. And then there is chemical oxygen demand, which is the amount of oxygen consumed when the water sample is chemically oxidized. And there is another standard, the total suspended solids. So on all three parameters, the water of Buddha Nala did not stand as per the standards set by the environmental laws in India. And that is shown by the report that is submitted to National Green Tribunal by the Central Pollution Control Board of India, and which actually shows that the Buddha Nala water body is supplying toxins and polluted water to the farmers.
Right. And what kind of an impact does this pollution have on the crops that are sown by the farmers?
So, see, because of the toxin demands, farmers in Rajasthan has claimed that the pollution has increased, and due to which the soil quality has also decreased. There have been cancer patients that are rising, tuberculosis and many other diseases are rising, skin diseases are rising in Rajasthan, the farmers that I talked to in Rajasthan and Punjab. But the crops are directly impacted by that, and Punjab farmers and Rajasthani farmers told me that the crops will also not show the high quality that is expected from them, and they might harm the humans, and that is already harming the humans in the vicinity and is consuming the crop.
And Parul, can you tell us about the role that is played by authorities like the National Green Tribunal and the Central Pollution Control Board in this entire issue?
Currently, there is a case that is sub judice under the principal bench of National Green Tribunal in New Delhi. But there have been a lot of complaints that has been filed in the Punjab Pollution Control Board by the farmers on both the sides, because the origin of water is from Punjab. So the main responsibility is of Punjab government to stop those pollutants. In 2018, NGT imposed a fine of around 50 crores on Punjab government because they were not able to control the pollution in the Sutlej River. And in 2024, in August, Central Pollution Control Board also directed the Punjab Pollution Control Board to take steps against people who are responsible for this pollution, and also against the private players or the contractors who are running these CTB plants in 3 places of Punjab, which they are not fulfilling their duties properly. And later on, after the order of the NGT, the Central Pollution Control Board also conducted its own study, and they found that the toxins and the water that is being dumped in the Buddha Nullah contains high level of toxins, and CTEPs are not complying by the environmental laws that are formed in India, and the polluted water is being supplied in the Buddha Nullah. And this report was submitted to NGT.
Has the government taken any concrete steps in order to improve the situation and stop factories from dumping the waste into the Sutlej?
See, there have been a lot of protests regarding this over the years, after which the Punjab government and the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, in September, he announced a 3-phase plan under which, with a private partner, which will help to make the Buddha Nala water fit for drinking. But the problem is that none of those plans have been implemented on ground as claimed by the farmers. And the situation has not improved at all over the years. And even though they have made a plan, it is just on a planning phase. We have to see over the years what is going to be implemented or what ground step will be taken by the Punjab government regarding this.
You also had the opportunity of talking to the farmers and the activists who are protesting against this entire issue. So what did they have to say about the situation?
The situation is quite serious in those areas, especially in Punjab and Rajasthan, the border areas that has been directly supplied by the Buddha Nullah water. And since I've already been through that area a couple of times, there are colonies where every house has the cancer patient, which they claim that it is because of the polluted water, although there has been no study that has been done by the government, so we cannot be 100% sure about it. But they say that the Buddha Nullah has become a very big difficulty for them to survive in this. And that area is already suffering from a lot of drug issues and all. And apart from this, the polluted water that is being supplied, they say that the future generation of their families will not survive or will be directly impacted by the ignorance and neglect of the state governments of both the states.
And Parul, now at this stage, how do we see this matter proceeding?
So both the state government have claimed that they are taking actions, especially the Punjab government, as like I said before, that they are making a plan to clean up the Buddha Nullah water, but no concrete step has been taken till now, even if the issue is more than 2 decades old. Moreover, there has been a lot of shrugging the responsibilities by the Rajasthan government. They say that, especially the MLAs of the area, they say that they have written to the Punjab government, but the seriousness on which the farmers expect the Rajasthan government to act, that has not happened. And the Punjab government is now there when the pollution has reached to a very high degree, and this agitation by the farmers is also increasing day by day. Now they are taking some steps, and that is also on a planning stage. So we cannot be very sure until we see some result on ground what is going to be the future of this entire issue, which is a major environmental crisis of India.
And in the end, we talk about D Gukesh becoming the youngest ever world chess champion. 18-year-old Gukesh Domaraju upstaged China's Ding Liren in the final game of their best of 14 games to become the youngest ever world chess champion in Singapore. In 2018, Gukesh became the third youngest grandmaster in history at 12 years and 7 months. In April earlier this year, Gukesh stunned the world by winning the 8-man candidates tournament in Toronto and became the youngest ever challenger for the World Championship. And now, after a series of 14 matches, he has become the world chess champion. He surpassed Russian great Garry Kasparov, who won the crown in 1958 at the age of 22. Gukesh is the second Grandmaster from India to hold the world title. Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand was the undisputed world champion for 6 years, starting in 2007. Gukesh dethroned China's Ding Liren on his way to the historic triumph, sealing it in the 14th and the last game of a seesaw battle. He secured the requisite 7.5 points as against 6.5 of Liren after winning the last classical time control game of the 14-game match that seemed headed for a draw for most part. Post his win, Gukesh said, quote, "I was dreaming this moment for last 10 years. Happy I realized this dream, I got a bit emotional because I was not expecting to win, but then I got a chance to press on." Unquote. Gukesh's mentor, Vishwanathan Anand, was among the first persons to tweet his congratulatory wishes for his protege, saying it was a very personal moment of pride. President Draupadi Murmu also sent across her wishes to the 18-year-old via social media site X. She wrote, quote, "Heartiest congratulations to Gukesh for becoming the youngest player to win the World Chess Championship. He has done India immensely proud. His victory stamps the authority of India as a chess powerhouse. Well done, Gukesh. On behalf of every Indian, I wish you sustained glory in future." Unquote. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also congratulated him on his remarkable achievement. He wrote, quote, "Historic and exemplary. Congratulations to Gukesh D on his remarkable accomplishment. This is the result of his unparalleled talent, hard work, and unwavering determination. His triumphs have not only etched his name in the annals of chess history, but has also inspired millions of young minds to dream big and pursue excellence. My best wishes for his future endeavors." Unquote. He also received wishes over X from Rahul Gandhi, Neeraj Chopra, Grandmasters Susan Polgar, Sachin Tendulkar, Virendra Sehwag, Abhinav Bindra, and many more. You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar and produced by me, Niharika Nanda. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Audio and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.